Hey, today we are going to talk about a powerhouse antioxidant called hydroxytyrosol. And it's going to help unlock your health and longevity superpowers so we can look amazing and feel amazing in our own skin. I'm Debbie Moore Johnston, and I have been in the health, wellness, and beauty space for over 30 years. I'm about 56 in a few weeks, and I want to share a little secret. Uh, if you want to make your body stronger from the inside out, immunity wise, as well as make your skin feel supple and youthful, increase collagen, a little more resiliency, and just make it a little thicker and stronger, then you're going to want to stay tuned. And you're not just going to hear from me, you are going to hear from the founder of the company that I have just fallen in love with this company. Back in May of this year, 2024, I stumbled across a company that sells products called Oliveda, the olive tree people. And hydroxytyrosol is from the olive tree. And it is an anti-inflammatory. It helps your brain, your internal body. It boosts your immune system. It has anti-cancer properties. I'm not making claims for the company. This is if you go to PubMed or National Institute of Health and you Google hydroxytyrosol. So the company's not making any claims, and neither am I. I'm just letting you know what I've researched outside of the company. It's waterless beauty. There's no water in it. The hydroxytyrosol is the main ingredient that replaces water. It's one of the only companies and products that I have seen like this. And I was in search of something that was clean, non-toxic, just extremely healthy. I had cancer, breast cancer in 2020, and it was caused by more environment. It wasn't genetics. I have no genetics for cancer in general. I'm a fast metabolizer, but a slow detoxifier. So I have to absolutely be careful of everything that I use, from my makeup to my shampoos to anything that I put on my skin, because our skins just soak everything up. And Oliveda is like food for your skin, and it is just soaking it up and giving it some love. They do internal products and external, obviously, for skincare, but their internal products are fabulous. It's amazing for young skin, but for mature skin here, I can absolutely say it's just fabulous. I mean, don't take my word for it. I'm inviting you to try it. It made a believer out of me. You can still see this, but this actually looks pretty damn good. My radiation damage and stuff, the experts were like, nothing's ever going to touch this and make this look any better, feel any better. And the experts were wrong. So there's still work to be done. It's not like it happened overnight. But I want you to hear from the owner of the company. He's amazing. The company has a lot of heart and soul, and I am blessed to be a part of this company and be one of its consultants. I have an amazing team of wise women that I work with, besides some of the young skippies that are around there, which I adore. They're fabulous. This whole team is fabulous. But don't take my word for this. I'm going to show you, and we'll see how smooth my tech skills go here, but I'm just going to be honest with you. Let's see. Let's hear from the owner of the company, and I want to show you this clip first. So I hope let's see. I told you I'm not tech savvy here, but let's try it.
And talk about how hydroxytyrosol, how it's so much more effective than actually olive oil.
hydroxytyrosol is in the olive oil. Hydroxytyrosol is in the olive leaf. And you know, if you would isolate hydroxytyrosol from the olive leaf or from the olive oil, it would be completely working on a different way. So I think that's also the magic of nature. That is what God created. And if you change that from the perspective of a human, you will change everything. If you put out the polyphenol hydroxytyrosol from the juice here, from the olive leaf, it will not be such effective then in combination with, in synergy with all the other ingredients. Make sense or not?
Yes.
Pretty cool shit. Okay, hang on. I have one more clip that I really want to show you. And the green stuff that you see there is the hydroxytyrosol. It's
I heard that question many times, and I always answer, you know, if you will be sometimes in Spain and you will see the region, you will not maybe be scared about that. No, the answer is no. At the moment, we have around 30,000 Mount Olive trees, but the potential or, you know, the access we have is really to hundreds of thousands of trees. And yeah, that's a good thing.
Okay, I have someone that has paraphrased one of these questions. Everyone seems to be asking, what is the difference between elixir and hydroxytyrosol? Can Thomas go over this? Is there an actual difference between these substances, or is elixir just a mixture of hydroxytyrosol and arbequina oil?
So that's a very good question. So I always describe that in the olive tree, you will find hydroxytyrosol. That is only one of really hundreds, maybe thousands of amazing polyphenols, etc., in the tree. And in the oil, you find for sure also hydroxytyrosol, especially, or let's say in the olives, you find hydroxytyrosol, especially in the black olives. So maybe you know the difference between a green olive and a black olive. A black olive is longer on the tree, has more sun, and a green olive is the unripe olive. So that's the difference between green and black. And in the black olive, you find more hydroxytyrosol than in the green one. But in the green one, you find, for example, more oleuropein, maybe you heard about these other polyphenol than in the black one. So, but in the, and for sure also, then you find hydroxytyrosol in the olive, in the arbequina oil. But in the leaves, you find the hydroxytyrosol up to 3,000 times more concentrated. And I think that's also very important to understand. And I think also very important is to understand is that the hydroxytyrosol is able to protect the cells of the trees up to 4,000 years. That's the reason why the trees are growing, you know, and living up to 4,000 years. Think about these numbers, 4,000 years. I mean, really, for me, it's challenging to think about 1,000 years. What was 1,000 years before here in Venice Beach or in the Mediterranean, right? So 500 years ago, Columbus brought the first olive trees here to America and brought back the tomatoes and the potatoes. But, you know, imagine 4,000 years is really, yeah. And that's also why I'm always bring that up, because there is no scientist to create something that protects something what is alive up to 4,000 years. That is only possible through nature. And yeah, as I said, in the olive leaves, and that means here, and I think also for all the new consultants we have, it's very important that from the leaves, you have not something oily. Because a lot of people always, in Germany, also in Europe, they ask, but what kind of oil came from the leaves. There is no oil. That is something juicy, that is something liquid. And an oil you only can get from the olives from the tree. Is that understandable?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get you to talk about that just.
So I don't know about you. I just wanted to give you some more information to hear it from the man who is the president and creator of the olive tree people. The olive tree really is the tree of life. And I'm seeing a difference. And whether you decide to give some of the Oliveda products, the olive tree people products, a test drive or not, I encourage you to take a look at the information. But if you do choose, the company's very, it's the best policy I've ever seen. So you don't need a sample. You get a big full-size sample when you order because you have 365 days to return the product. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's a no questions asked. They have easy returns and there's free shipping with $50 order. But if you want more information from me, I do, there's a free mini skin quiz on my site. But I can personally, I'm inviting you if you would like to dive deeper. I do a more in-depth skin consult and we can work with your budget because everybody seems like they're on a budget. We all are, but our health is number one and you can start small and get big. But thank you for taking the time to find out what hydroxytyrosol is all about, the olive leaf extract. And we're going to talk more about it because it is such a powerhouse of anti-inflammatories. There's inflammation here. And we're going to try to cut that down so we can get to the other side. So be well, peace, and have an amazing rest of the day. Thanks for tuning in.